everlasting, truly everlasting. And true things, we talk about bad things, only ever bad things. This past year's been a nightmare. I've been losing my shit trying to fight fair. Really all I need is fresh air. Wanna get lost somewhere. My girl love never came back. I've been knocking my brain trying to think back. Was I truly ever like that? Was I really ever like that? I don't believe in fate. I think the weight of the world lies on your shoulders. I need a change, 'cause as of late I've been living in a wasteland. Losing sleep, watch the light reflecting, the hours never ending. And do you think life is everlasting, truly everlasting? So you just walk out that door. I never wanna leave your side, leave your side. I'll pick myself off the floor. I never wanna leave your side, John. So you just walk out that door. I never wanna leave your side, leave your side. I'll pick myself off the floor. I never leave your side, John. I don't believe fate is waiting to get my shit together. I think I need a change, 'cause as of late I've been living in a wasteland. Can no one know I've been staying over? Fucked it so long, I'm finally sober. To the edge, I've been drawing closer. Lately I'm a loner, a stoner, a loser. You're a fucking poser, a low life for no one. Love to act so talented, reality you've got none. I don't like it so much, I'm honest, you just crave attention, that clown life is dog shit. Yeah, I really wanna fade away. Nothing really matters in the end when we fade away. Fade away, all night I will lie awake. I just wanna find a way to make you stay, to make you stay. I just wanna levitate, don't hesitate to make you wait. I just wanna fuck you till my bones and blood disintegrate. I just wanna touch you, feel your body, eat right next to me. I just wanna love you, wanna fuck you, wanna levitate. Levitate, I'll levitate. No matter what life decides, it's gon' go my way. I'll levitate, all damn night I'll stay awake. Spill my fucking guts and everything I've got all on the pitch. Lost my best friend, forgot it's over. So many moments never found their closure. Alone, lazy fucking stoner. Lately I've been thinking this was destined to be over. Yeah, fucking pussy, so sick listening to groaning. Bad damn time you man up to mistakes, bad time you own them. I've been feeling lonesome, alone and so homesick. Driving home reflecting past 3 months, that shit was toxic. Yeah, I'll levitate. No matter what life decides, it's gon' go my way.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. Glad to be back. Missed Wednesday and Friday's live streams because Hurricane Ian had to help people evacuate. I am not in Florida, but I have plenty of family members that are, so on and so forth. But that aside, everyone's good. I really wanted to stream Wednesday, just didn't get the chance to. So, going to talk about some TA today, stocks and crypto. Going to keep it short and sweet. I want to go eat dinner. I've not eaten at all today yet, and I'm fucking starving. Trying to do this whole like fasting thing, and it's just not. It's pretty tough. But in the meantime, what's up, everybody? What's up, Mike? How's it going? Bonds and 10-year DXY's corrective moves. When we're done, crash for indices, crypto will be epic. I'm thinking so too. I think we have some very slight bullish indications. We might get a relief bounce. We might not. Is it worth trading? That depends if the setup's there. I wouldn't be shocked if crypto just dumped before stocks. But again, we trade TA, not the hope and the hope on something moving. What's up, yes sir? How's it going, man? Glad to see you here. All right, going to start the S&P 500. You guys know the drill. First things first, we do have bullish divergence here. I really wasn't expecting this to go back above support after breaking below it, but it looks like this last week, or at least last week, this candle here is acting as deviation, which generally means we'll get some type of relief bounce. I've seen a lot of crazy charts on Twitter that say something like this is going to happen, and I don't know in what world that this scenario happens. I guess it is possible, anything's possible, but I don't know what crack that person's smoking, so gonna completely ignore that scenario. I think people have been talking about melt up or a melt up scenario for almost over a year now, and it has never happened and never will. We are in a very, very terrible macro environment. And once ultimately what's going to cause the market crash, right? The markets to really dump significantly here. I mean, we're talking to the 2,300, 2,800 level. So anywhere to here, this is your credit bubble burst. You're looking at credit bursting, people losing their jobs, panic, everyone freaking out. This isn't going to be driven by inflation anymore. We've already seen the corrections due to inflation. Inflation's most likely going to start going down now. As rate hikes keep coming, people are, and it's kind of sad, people are trading off of rate hikes and inflation. Guys, like, we've already dumped due to inflation and rate hikes already. Like, this is the peak, but there are other things that can cause the markets to crash. I mean, you're looking at the credit bubble burst. You're looking at people getting laid off, companies having poor earnings reports. So at this point, you have two options. You can say, okay, I'm an inflation bear, or I'm bearish because of inflation. Well, you're shorting the bottom if that's why you're bearish, because inflation has more than likely peaked. Now, there is a type B person that says, I'm bearish because those effects from inflation have not made its way into the real world yet. We have not seen people suffering as much. Credit is still, people are still opening up credit cards. They haven't even paid any of that credit yet. Eventually, and I want to say eventually because it's not going to be tomorrow, but as soon as that starts ticking down, that time bomb starts really ticking down to the final seconds, that's when things get ugly fast. And that's why I'm bearish, because I see that there's a big domino effect. You have inflation and it knocks down the next domino of, okay, now that cost of goods are up, people have to spend more money, open up more credit, take on more loans. Okay, now that knocks over another domino. Okay, now they can buy less and companies are going to suffer, and so on and so forth. We've talked about this several times on live stream. It's quite amazing that people think that the US index stock market is like an altcoin and we're just going to do this. Unbelievable. And these people have absolutely zero idea what they're doing in the market. And, just because they traded shit ass coin, made 5% on it, now they're expert investors, which is just ridiculous. Yeah, well, my thing is, I don't really need to do fasting to lose weight. I was just trying it. I like to eat a lot in one sitting, and I just tried different things. I'm pretty fit for like my age and stuff. I still box here and there, so just wanted to see if, like, just testing myself and whatnot. Yeah, and Europe is about to crash. I mean, guys, this winter, all of those energy spikes in Europe, those people are going to pay for that. You have to remember, most of Europe doesn't need cooling. It's relatively cool throughout the year. I think a lot of places in Europe don't even have like air conditioning cooling, but they do have warmth. They need like heating, right? So what happens this winter when Germany's frozen over? Or, maybe I'm speaking out of term here. I know zero about Europe and their weather. I've never been there. My ancestors are Italian. We grew up in the island of Sicily, so it's like I hardly know the rest of Europe. But I do know that the countries that will need heating are going to end up going bankrupt because they have an energy crisis right now. Correct? Shit ass coin to the moon. What's up, O? How's it going, man? Yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know if I have allergies or if I'm getting sick, so it's just not a good day. But one thing I have been telling my trading class is we do have a technical pattern here. We do have 3 descending peaks, which is a bearish continuation pattern, and usually on the 3rd peak, you usually see your harshest dump to the downside. That really ends that move, or that kicks off that downward thrust. We've clearly seen the 3 peaks. I think if we dabble and consolidate, we're going lower. Could we get a little bit of a relief bounce? Possible. But I don't see anything that says true reversal right now. I mean, even on the daily, nothing here really says, we're going to go up. I mean, this demand zone can go all the way up to here, and all the way down to about there. So we're kind of just testing demand in here, or retesting it as resistance. I don't really know yet, because it looks like we made a lower low, closed below demand, and now we're coming back up. But I figured we'd get some kind of relief. I mean, the daily incredibly oversold here, so it makes sense to get relief today. Yeah, the previous SPX crashes, they all look pretty much the same with that like 3 descending peaks type pattern. Let's even pull up like 2008, for example. So here's your, excuse me, it's 18. Pull up the weekly. Here's your 2008. You have your 1, 2, 3, and then on the 3rd, you have your very large market crash. Here, I mean, just comparing 2022 to 2008, and I hate to be the guy that keeps doing this, but it's pretty textbook the same. I would not be surprised if we were literally just seeing this right here, this little relief bounce. It looked like a deviation where we closed back above right here and then just tank afterwards. I mean, we're seeing the literal exact same setup here. So if you're looking to long this and you're in profit, stay break even, because there's a good chance that this dumps. I mean, like always, I'm very, very macro bearish here. Let's look at the VIX real quick. VIX, kind of shocking that this is coming back down. This means that the bear market is not even close to bottomed yet. Every bear market bottom, or even bull market correction, bottomed at 45 level. If you look at anything historical, here's 2008, here's COVID. 2018, we had a very small mini recession, and then 2015, a big market pullback. So this is very consistent, and we're still 15 points, about 50% on the VIX before this shows even a glimpse of a bottom. The XY. Now, we talked about this. We talked about a very possible correction back to retesting support here at 109, 110 before continuing higher. That would make a lot of sense, as the DXY was, the DXY was very overbought. Why is this not? Okay, there it is. Very, very overbought. I mean, look at MACD. This is the highest we've seen in quite a while. Could we be topping soon? I don't think so. I still think we need to see divergence on MACD. Here even, we had a very large pullback, that we start to make those divergences here. We have 3 levels of divergence, even though we're going up. So until we see those divergences, we're still not even close. And again, this is your 2000s, your 2008. I believe something similar happened with MACD. Yeah, here you go. You have these 2 peaks, a lot of bearish divergence in there. And that's why that fell down. But so far, I mean, just kind of more or less just correcting. I mean, this correction needed to happen. If you have RSI trend lines here, maybe watch this level. Maybe we'll get some sideways before heading up. So far, nothing really says bearish from here. Our politicians already told us this year, Christmas tree without lights, please. Oh, wow. That is pretty crazy. But are people actually gonna do that? Are people actually going to like buy all the blankets in the grocery store and use those, and maybe use wood fired chimneys if you guys have them? I mean, are people actually going to do that, or are they going to use electricity and hope someone else pays for it? I don't know. Newly Mediterranean gas will help, but still, I'm not extracted for a year. Whoa, wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Just gonna look at total briefly. I did give this scenario last week. We could get a third peak before heading lower. I mean, ultimately, this is a bear flag, so not going to spend a ton of time here. Total is a tough chart to read at the moment because we have altcoins doing whatever altcoins are doing. But so far, just in a very broad spectrum, I mean, we're looking at a bear flag here. There's nothing surprising about this. Maybe we consolidate more before heading lower, but ultimately, bear flags break down about 70% of the time. Tether dominance. Again, another chart that a pullback might be necessary. We could see more consolidation here before heading higher. Again, not a lot of bearishness here. Even your RSI here, mostly overbought. I wouldn't necessarily call this divergence here, as it more looks like sideways consolidation before heading higher. MACD going to cross, but not very violent. And again, not a lot of divergence here. Let's look at a weekly. Weekly could be making divergence. Let's see. Yeah, we definitely have... Actually, no, this is not divergence because this is a lower high. So until we make a higher high in price and a lower high in RSI like this, we do not have any divergence. And aside from that, I don't know if I'd even consider divergence because this is all the way up to 83 points. We've talked about the idea that overbought and oversold RSI, just because it shows potential divergences doesn't mean they actually are. Yeah, electric cars. Yeah, O's got a good point. For people that don't know, electric cars, I'm pretty sure hurt the environment the same, if not worse, than extracting like natural gas and whatnot. Yeah, watch how they take lithium out of mountains. It's pretty crazy. Moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin daily. Let's see. Yeah, it's pretty surprising that... Actually, it's not surprising that Twitter is extremely bullish right now. I can consider these divergences. You know, we've got some bullish divergences in here. But honestly, I don't see anything other than that. I mean, we're in demand. You know, you shouldn't be looking for shorts. We've talked about this 1,000 times. Do not short in demand. Do not short in this box at all. There's no shorting there. Do not short in there. Just because I tweet that I'm bearish right here does not mean that you need to open up a 100 times short thinking that you're going to make a ton of money. Because let me tell you, you're not. In general, most of the time, this is going to bounce and you're going to get liquidated. Okay, I am macro bearish. I look at the larger picture. I don't pull up a 1 minute chart and go, oh my God, this is bearish or this is bullish. I'm looking at a daily chart, and until I see something that says, or at least a couple of things that say the chart is flipping more bullish, at least short or midterm, I'm not taking longs. Or, you know, again, I'm not going to open up a short down here. That's stupid. That's where we bounce. We could literally do this for the next year. Okay, and I will remain bear. We could do this, and then we break. That's exactly what happened in 2018. And yeah, I'm not gonna open shorts at the bottom. You open shorts when you're in resistance, either this zone or this zone. You don't open shorts here unless we lose that zone. A lot of people, for whatever reason, get that very confused. And again, I had people in my DMs saying, I shorted based off your bearish call, and no, I did not. One, I don't post trade setups on Twitter. I only post them for my Patreon. So that's your own fault for that. Like, you are liable for your own trades on Twitter. I post my thoughts, not my trades. And two, I've told everybody, do not short support. Don't short support. I'm going to say it one last time. Do not short support. Yeah, and things never just go down. Bullish. I mean, again, guys, just seeing one signal of divergence being bullish does not constitute a bounce. I need to see more than that, and I don't think that this is bullish divergence. I mean, we're essentially just going sideways, right? We're just going sideways. This RSI is ticking back up. That's not bullish divergence, right? There's not even bullish divergence on the weekly MACD here. So seeing potential bullish divergence or just even seeing one level of bullish divergence does not mean that the trend is going to flip. We could have 1,000 reasons for bearishness, and I swear people see one reason to be bullish and they open up 100 times longs on a 1% bounce. I mean, it's pretty crazy how people have been longing, like especially near the top. All of this is all these are liquidity grabs. I mean, the last 3 upward moves, even 4 upward moves, all liquidity grabs. Pump very fast, dump immediately. Pump very fast, dump it. This is all liquidity grabbing. Stop trying to trade it. Or if you're going to trade it, long here, short here, long here, short here. I mean, long in the bottom of demand and maybe short when we approach our resistance line up here, the orange one. But for the most part, guys, all they're doing is grabbing liquidity right now because they know the market's going to die. And if you think about it this way, right? Like, why would they grab liquidity right now? They've been grabbing liquidity from you for the last entire year. I hate when people say that. They're like, why would they try and grab liquidity now when the market's dead? They have been grabbing liquidity for the last year and people keep falling for it. And it's hilarious. Like, I have been trying to be one of the good guys to stop buying this stupid ass coin that is going nowhere in a macro recession. But people still keep buying all these deviated moves and they long into resistance and they open up 100 times longs thinking we're going to go into some magical bull market, right? We're going to go into some magical bull market during one of the largest economic crises of all time. God, there are just so many stupid people and they deserve to be liquidated. Like, I'm sorry, but you just, if you've been liquidated in the last year, you know, maybe you don't know a lot. Maybe you got liquidated or lost a lot of money up here. But I hope to God you are not the same person getting liquidated down here. Or listening to all the analysts that have been consistently wrong for an entire year. I mean, think about it. You know, you have analysts that they make a good call here and there and they get a lot of credit for it. They get a lot of engagement, yada, 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 right? And then the other 100 calls they make are terrible and wrong. Okay, well, an example of that is probably, you know, an example that's Egris or Income Sharks and I'm not calling these people out. Sometimes they are good analysts and sometimes they make good calls. But from what I've seen, most of their calls are complete bullshit, right? Like, I'm not, and again, not to criticize them. Maybe they trade differently, but the macro calls I see are terrible from them. And if you have been consistently wrong for this entire year, you need to reevaluate your strategy, right? Like, there's no excuse. 12 months of being wrong. How the fuck are you going to do well in the next 12 months? What about midterm October? Then buy. I don't give a fuck about midterms. Like, midterms don't cause the market to go up. It's the policies that follow. Can I show you an example of drawing those demand zones? You can join my trading class. I show people then. Okay, but RK, you're talking about a decade-long change. That doesn't happen overnight. Yeah, I like people, and also I want you guys to take this in. People are expecting midterms to raise the value of the markets, right? Everybody is. Everybody, even I thought for a brief period of time, before it was cool to talk about, I thought, okay, maybe midterms we might get some kind of relief because the Democrats are getting kicked out of office. I mean, they've clearly fucked this up beyond belief. But now everyone's expecting it. So now it's going to be a giant liquidity grab and they're going to send it lower. And I'd be shocked at this point if I keep seeing that, oh, midterms this, midterms that, midterms are going to make the markets go up, and every hoo-ha and their mom is saying that, I'm not longing. I'm not following the crowd. I'm not the sheep going to jump off the cliff with every other sheep. Fuck that. I'm out. Like, it amazes me, right? It amazes me that everyone thinks, you have to, guys, there's a term in trading, it's don't flock with the herd, like flock opposite the herd. If the herd is very bullish, which I will give you a very, very simple example. And I actually told I gave the same example to my trading students. And this is why I'm dollar cost averaging now. Even though I'm bearish, yes, I am dollar cost averaging. If you don't know what a dollar cost average is, and you're going to say, oh, you're bearish and you're longing, go do your own research, right? I'm not going to explain it to you. Go do your own research. So I'm going to give you a very broad example of don't flock with the herd. When I was trading Bitcoin and I was buying all throughout here and here and all of that, when we got to here, right, I was bullish beyond belief. I didn't even short this market at all in here. Never shorted the market before, all throughout here. I'd never shorted until here. That's where I started shorting. No shit. I've never shorted this market. I never needed to. Never shorted. So I started shorting here because, one, we're in a macro bear market. Like, I need to make money. Two, I just never needed to short. I mean, look at all these long opportunities here. It's crazy. So, onward and upward. I was bullish here. I was telling people to buy Bitcoin. I said, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, 20K, start buying Bitcoin, buy Link, buy whatever the fuck it is, buy it right now. We go all the way up, and we're talking. I was buying between $3,000 and $6,000, right? That was my range. If anyone wants to see those orders, I'll happily show you. I still have the old orders from 3.6, 10K, all that shit, 2018 to 2020. I was telling people to buy, dollar cost average, buy, COVID crash happens, buy as much as you can, whatever. Bullish in all of this. When we get to this box, I sold. Why? Two reasons. One, I saw a lot of exhaustion. Lots of exhaustion here. Technical, lots of exhaustion. Two, everyone and their goddamn mother was bullish. Think about it. Yeah, sure. I sold it 53, 55K. So let's say I sold it 55K. Just because it's an even number. I sold it like 53. Say we're at 55K. Oh no, I missed out on 17 measly %. Oh, fuck me. I only made fucking, let's see. I'll average at 4,300. I only made a fucking 11x. Oh, fuck me, man. Oh, I missed out on 17%. Okay, I wasn't concerned about making the top. I had made a shit ton of money. Everyone and their mother was bullish here. Everyone. Okay, now I'm going to show you a vice versa example. Now, for those of you that have been a long-term viewer, you know that I was very bearish. Actually, I was again bullish here. Very bullish. Bought between 33 and 36K. Again, have the orders to prove it. Sold at 49.5 right here. I had bought again here, and I had actually sold here. I did not think this move was going to continue. I saw a lot of exhaustion. It didn't look like it would continue. Whatever. The entire time from 45, and I'll give the people the benefit of the doubt. I missed the other 30%, and I sucked at that. I should have maybe held, maybe put my stops at invalidation, whatever. I didn't. I got cocky, and I missed out on the 30% game. Regardless, we get up to 69K, and I'm like, look at volume. There's no fucking chance this goes to 100K. No fucking chance. And I was one of the only people that was telling people, do not buy, do not long, do not go hard, just don't even do anything. Now, granted, I hadn't started shorting at this period, so, I didn't short. I was bearish as shit throughout all of this, right? Throughout all of where I sold upwards, I missed out on 30, whatever. I was bearish. I was bearish through all of this, right? Now, although I'm still, I'm waiting to see how stocks react to the coming news, the possible credit burst, so on and so forth. Okay, I am now seeing that everyone and their mother, now again, think about it, everyone and their mother, so everyone was bullish where I sold, right? Everyone was bullish where I sold. Now everyone's bearish. Everyone here, even BitCuck BitBoy Cuckhead is bearish. So now everyone is a bear. It's somehow cool. Everyone is a bear here. I have been dollar cost averaging between 18.4 and about 20,000 for the last 2.5 months. Do I still believe we could go down to 12 to 14K? Yes. Why am I sharing this information with you? Because I don't give a shit if we go down 50%. You guys have to remember, dollar cost average works. You buy 0.5, 1% every week. You're not sending it. You're not full sending a 100% buy at 19K. Why am I starting here? Because I don't give a shit if I catch the bottom. If we go down to 12 to 14K, and I am macro bullish on Bitcoin. So if we go down 12, 14K, I'll whoop the fucking do. I have an unrealized loss of 38%, right? 38% unrealized loss. Okay, whoop the fucking do. But I've only bought like 10% of my entire buys in that small box here, right? So I'm able to accumulate in a much wider zone here while everyone and their mother is still bearish, still not buying. And I'll tell you what, the same people that are doing this now that clearly haven't learned and have half a brain, when we start going up and we start getting that bull market or that huge move we had here in 2019 where we did a 5x or 4x. Okay, let's say we go from 12K to 55K. We do a 5x. We do a 5x here. Okay, I accumulated here and I made, let's say, let's say 20,000 to 55,000. We'll just say that. I made 154% while you were bearish and shorting the entire way up. My whole point is, if everyone is leaning one way, price is more than likely not going to go that direction because it is far too late. Your average person has no fucking clue how to trade and how to invest in anything. That's why 90% of people lose, right? So think to yourself before I haven't read chat yet. I can't wait to read it. If you are sitting there and you're like, that sounds dumb, I'm going to buy at 12K. What if it never happens? All right. What if you never get 12K? And I'm not saying full port buy right now. I'm saying start accumulating right now. And let me put this in perspective. Right now, Bitcoin is down 72% from all-time high. If you truly are bullish on this asset class, this is one of the greatest opportunities of your lifetime. Right? Crypto is not I hate to break this to some of you like permabear people. Crypto is not going anywhere. Bitcoin is not going anywhere. A lot of the altcoins, yes, are going to disappear because a lot of them are scams, right? A lot of them. But crypto overall is going nowhere. It has been adopted by major companies. It's getting looked at and bought by fucking governments that aren't just El Salvador. The United States, China, and Russia all own Bitcoin. This thing isn't going anywhere, right? It'll more or less go into more things. And I know I rip into El Salvador a lot. I think that guy fucked his country. But countries are now looking at using it to innovate, if you think about it that way. And that's my fucking rant. Let's see the chat. Which zone for heavy buying? Look up what a DCA is. Yeah, TA analyst is a jackass. What's my interpretation of the current volume? It's being wash traded, so I'm not really looking at volume. But that's my rant, and I hope some of you learn from that and realize that the same people who were bullish at 55K and ended up losing half their net worth between 55 and 30K on that big drop are the same people that are full porting shorts into demand when the asset is down 75% from all-time high. One of the most best performing assets of all time is down 75% from all-time high, and they're still shorting the fuck out of it. Like, I haven't shorted since 30K. Like, significantly. I have not shorted since 30K. I don't need to, right? Anytime, Alec. Anytime. I mean, scalping is a waste of time, dude. Look what's happened in the last 15 days. Like, did you really want to waste your time with this? This is not worth trading. I swing trade. Like, I trade. I don't just accumulate, I do trade. There are plenty of tradable moves. Currently, actually, really in the last 12 months, there has not been a tradable move to the upside. This, now people are like, oh, well, you missed out on this. Like, okay, I would have been invalidated because this completely deviated and invalidated. That's not bullish to me. Same here. Although this was tradable all the way up to about here, I would have sold there. Unfortunately, I did not buy. But other than that, there really haven't been a lot of tradable moves to the upside. Not at all if you look at it daily. Honestly, like maybe one. if you look at it daily, which is crazy. All right, guys. Just wanted to put in a couple things for to end today's stream. I really appreciate everyone coming out. If you're new, I live stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. I always put a tweet out. If you want those announcements, we have a free Discord. Definitely check it out. There are, I believe the link is in the description below. Two other things. My trading school has started, so I am not as active on live stream. If you want to learn how to trade, how to analyze markets, how to take advantage of different investing situations, take a look at that class. Ask some of the students if you still need reassurance. From what I've heard, and because I asked for positive and negative feedback, a lot of people are learning a lot. This is my second round of trading classes. There's a full syllabus posted, full details on Patreon. The other thing I want to talk about, there is a BitGet trading competition. I did it because I am thankful that my community is still active. Lots of other trading accounts on Twitter are dying, dead, not getting engagement, not getting likes, not getting replies, and by the grace of God, I am still getting replies and likes, and the Discord's active, and this is my way of giving back to you guys. It's a couple $1,000s in rewards if you're, trading and you have a good month. I will say, don't force it. Don't force the win. But I will say, just wanted to give back in a way that I thought was kind of cool. With all that said, guys, please stop shorting demand. Okay? No more shorting demand. All right? I post these charts every fucking day. Stop shorting demand. Other than that, be patient.